From MontanaSports.com, this is MTN Sports Extra.
Hello and welcome to the first May edition of Sports Extra on a Saturday night. I'm Tom Wiley. Thanks for joining us. Well, the spring rodeo season wrapped up in Missoula tonight for our college cowboys and cowgirls, and one MSU cowboy has a chance to qualify for the CNFR in 3 different events. MTN's Grace Lawrence has more on the Bobcats all-around senior star.
As the spring season comes to a close for the Montana State Rodeo team, the men sit atop the Big Sky standings, a large part in due to standout senior Wes Shaw.
Wes has been a center point of our team. When you have a bareback rider, a bareback rider is going to get a lot of points for the team, but he's also good at all the timed events. So he gives us 4 chances at every rodeo. He's a great leader. He works hard, and the kids see that. They see how much he works, and you know, he inspires the team, and he's really been a great leader.
Shaw transferred to Montana State from the College of Southern Idaho last year. The support from the community has made the past 2 seasons extremely special for him.
It's amazing. I couldn't believe what they're willing to do to help us. Like, they sent me down to a couple different clinics and better myself, and I couldn't believe what I was expecting to what I actually got.
Montana State is very strong in the all-around. Along with Shaw, Cole Gerhardt and Holden Atkinson are all among the top 3 in the region standings. The ability to compete together every week pushes the group to be their best.
It's really cool. It's really good to have people that are pushing each other in multiple events, and I think that sets us apart from a lot of rodeo teams.
Having everybody that knows what they're doing in every event, it's fun going at each other and pushing each other farther and farther, more than what we thought we could.
And to be able to excel in the all-around, it isn't just physical.
A lot of mental. It's all mental. I take a lot of mental hits, and drawing kind of doesn't help if you're not drawing good, but all in all, it's just I got to go out there, have fun, and lay it out there and let God take the wheel from there.
Shaw plans on going pro after this season wraps up. In Bozeman, Grace Lawrence, MTN Sports.
A Big Fork native started her career on a high note after qualifying for the college national finals as a freshman and is back near the top of the barrel racing standings as a sophomore. MTN's Slim Kimmel has more on the Grizzly Cowgirl. Well, MTN Sports is producing an hour-long program on the University of Montana Spring Rodeo to get you ready for the CNFR. Tune in to the MTN channel on Friday, May 9th at 6 o'clock or Saturday, May 10th at 10 o'clock to catch the UM Spring Rodeo Special, a celebration of college rodeo in the Treasure State.
Among college rodeo athletes in the Treasure State, it's easy to recognize Montana sophomore Lexi Muir. One of the best barrel racers in the Big Sky region, the 4'10" tall cowgirl isn't slowed by her diminutive stature.
It personally doesn't really matter, but I would say maybe it does help them a little bit because a little less weight on their back, you know, doesn't hurt.
They are Razor and Moji, Muir's horses.
They're your best friend, for sure. Yeah, like you want to spend all the time you can with them and just spend time with them.
Razor is Muir's main horse now, but she got her start on Moji.
I started barrel racing probably when I was like 8 years old, just kind of going to the local jackpots and everything. But in high school, I decided that I would try the whole high school rodeo scene, and that went well. So I decided to continue it in the college.
Growing up, Muir and Moji competed at the Junior National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas.
He's the one that definitely taught me a lot.
They won a Montana High School State Championship and competed at the National High School Rodeo Finals. Now, Muir rides Razor on the college rodeo circuit.
He's a really good boy.
The duo qualified for the College National Finals last year during Muir's freshman season.
Honestly, it's just an honor to go and represent. Like when I went to the CNFR this last summer, I got so many messages from staff at the university and people on our board just encouraging me, and it was just really nice, and it's nice to represent the state.
In Missoula, Slim Kimmel, MTN Sports.
Still ahead on Sports Extra, Carroll College is home to the top decathlete in the NAIA, and he's just a freshman. A spotlight on track and field. That's next.
There's more action online at montanasports.com.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Last spring, Big Fork's Carson Crack won a pair of high school state track titles and had a promising college future at Carroll. But maybe no one would have expected him to be on top of the NAIA so quickly. MTN's Johnny Walker explains.
Well, most track and field athletes specialize in one, maybe 2 or 3 events. But how about 10? Carroll College's Carson Crack is the highest scoring decathlete in the entire NAIA this spring, even earning National Field Athlete of the Week honors. And he's done all of this as a freshman. Winning the decathlon requires an athlete to be fast on the track.
Let's go, Carson!
Explosive in the jumping events. And powerful in the throwing events. But coming into his freshman season, Carson Crack had never done half those things.
It's a big learning curve, especially, we started out the year and we focused just on those events. I never did any throws in high school and I never pole vaulted either. We spent majority of fall pole vaulting twice a week and throwing just about every other day. So it was hard at first.
Yeah, that's the cool part. He came in as a high jump hurdler and I got the great privilege to teach him how to pole vault and throw shot, disc, javelin, like all the things they've never touched before. And when I recruit him, I tell them not to. So when I get him from the ground level.
Luckily for Carson, his head coach is a former All-America decathlete himself, still holding Montana State's record-high decathlon score.
I couldn't ask for a better coach. Having his experience, and he knows exactly what he's talking about. He's not going to give you BS. He's going to go right to the point, tell you what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. So I think having him have that prior experience is probably the best thing a coach could have.
So soak up his coach's knowledge Carson did, not only recording this season's highest decathlon score in the nation so far, but also making his coach proud in the process.
Oh, extremely. And it's from the freshmen to the seniors. The whole team is that way. My whole goal is to come out every day and put a smile on their face by learning something new or getting something done the correct way for the very first time. It's a cool feeling as a coach and for an athlete.
And Carroll's track and field season continues this weekend with the Frontier Conference Championship meet here in Helena. Reporting in studio, Johnny Walker, MTN Sports.
Well, usually personal records are set in incremental measurements, a few inches here or a few tenths of a second there. But a Billings West jumper is smashing his PR by a massive amount. MTN's Alec Boffinger has more from the Magic City.
Billings West junior Sean Clem stands alone atop Montana's long jump leaderboard. Clem popped a leap of 22 feet 8.5 inches at the Billings Invite in mid-April, coming within inches of the meet record. That jump marked a near 3-foot improvement from his sophomore season best.
I definitely expected to go really far, but definitely not as far as I went. I was coming into it, yes, on Billings Invite. I shocked myself and went far, and I think I can go farther today in up-and-coming meets.
Clem gets to learn from one of the best in the business and West Jumps coach Kevin Close. Close is a 2011 graduate of Bozeman and jumped for 4 years at Montana State.
He just coaches us great. He gives us great demonstrations of what we're doing. Sometimes describing it doesn't always go through mentally, but he's a great, just phenomenal coach. Everything makes sense that he does for us.
He's been really a student of the events and everything, and just was totally bought in and kind of done everything they needed to do. So I think the success that we're seeing here is just more than anything just like a product of his process over the last year plus,
That internal drive has pushed Clem to the elites in Class AA, but he has some external motivation there as well.
My mom's a great motivation. My mom always tells me to be great, and she knows that I'm capable of great things, and so she's definitely always in the back of my mind when I'm jumping and whatever I'm doing.
Clem has his sights set on the top of the podium come late May. In Laurel, Alec Boffinger, MTN Sports.
A handful of Cascade High School boys have already qualified for the state sea track and field meet or are right on the edge of doing so. And this group has high aspirations of what they can accomplish the rest of the way.
Badger sprinters have shown some top speed and jumps so far this spring.
Working on my blocks, my starts. That's my weakness right now. If I get my starts down, I think I'll be first.
Leading the charge is Brant Ligamary, who has already qualified for state in the 100 and 200 meter dashes, as well as the high and long jump.
It's going to come down to the little things, form, technique, and just being consistent with it.
He is also the anchor of the state-qualified 4x100 meter relay team, a group which won the event at the Cascade Top 8 meet this past Monday, where Ligomeri and teammate Edward Formel said it was a good feeling.
And we were ranked third in the state at the time, and with the first in our heat there, so had something to prove.
Knowing that we have the capabilities to beat certain teams and knowing that we have the capabilities to run these fast times, it's pretty exciting.
Peyton Hauk is also part of that relay. Hauk, as well as Tyler Lane, are two key legs of Cascade's 4x400 meter relay team, which currently owns Class C's top time. Although that group has not yet met the state qualifying mark of 3 minutes 34.74 seconds, which Hauk and Lane says gives each of them motivation.
Try to keep getting better, knowing that they're right behind us, we just keep trying to push ourselves and trying to let them catch us.
I think we just need to keep pushing in practice, and we all are taking off time pretty fast.
Lane, who was already qualified for state in the Open 400, said he enjoys being the anchor of the relay.
I really like chasing down people, so I almost like it when I have I'm behind somebody a little bit, so I can really just take off.
Cascade doesn't just have good sprinters, though.
I was kind of racing the clock in the last 100. I was looking up at the clock in front, and I knew I had to get at that 440 mark, and I was giving it my all. And when I came across the 440, I was like, "What's going to be close?" And it was, but I made it.
Trent Lane became the first mile runner to qualify for state in Class C at the Top 8 meet, and has also already met the mark in the 2 mile.
Just putting the miles in, it really shows.
In Cascade, Will Charlton, MTN Sports.
Still to come, a raw, honest conversation between a former basketball star who lost his career to addiction and the students at Roundup High School. A powerful message shared at
Summer. Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Well, some of the most memorable lessons in school aren't always delivered by teachers. MTN's Scott Breen shows us one that'll likely never be forgotten by the many in attendance.
Well, this gymnasium here in Roundup has echoed everything from game-winning cheers to PE teachers enforcing rules. But on Wednesday, it was the silence that was almost deafening as a former NBA player stood here revealing a tragic spiral of drug abuse that unraveled not just his career, but the very fabric of his life.
Cocaine was my truth. Cocaine allowed me to be vulnerable and talk openly and share with people what I struggle with.
This is Chris Herron, once an NBA starter for both the Denver Nuggets and Boston Celtics. He sat with me in the calm of Roundup's school library, reflecting on his uncontrollable drug abuse with raw honesty.
Heroin had me for a long time, but the lifestyle and the cost of heroin, I couldn't sustain.
He was telling me what he shared with over 1 million co-eds as Roundup students funneled into the gym to hear for themselves. Herron's redemption story is so unimaginable, he was actually the subject of ESPN's 30 for 30 docuseries. Excerpts of it reflecting off a polished court, like the one Herron dazzled sellout crowds on in Massachusetts. He'd signed with Boston College, choosing to stay close to home. But that's where Herron was introduced to his first line of white powder.
Cocaine allowed me to sit still and converse and be honest.
That addiction would last 14 years. Herron was kicked out of Boston College, then says he barely made it through Fresno State. He was fortunate to be drafted by the Nuggets, where addiction gripped even tighter, this time spending $20 on one small yellow pill.
Oxy's poison, I became toxic immediately.
Ultimately, Herron was burning through $20,000 a month on OxyContin. Eventually, he would even meet his drug dealer in Boston, just outside the arena, less than 5 minutes from tip-off.
Just another day.
He says that's how drug addicts view it. And when asked if he played under the influence,
I wouldn't have played if I wasn't. My body wouldn't have been able to respond.
Herron got married and became a father, but nearly spent all his money on drugs. At one point, selling his children's toys for drug money.
I felt a lot of shame. I felt less. I didn't feel like a father.
Now, while in rehab, he was allowed a day to witness the birth of his third child. Shortly after, Herron says he walked down the street and bought 2 bottles of vodka.
Seems to be one of the worst days of my life. Became one of the best.
That's because his treatment counselor delivered a life-altering ultimatum that for some reason clicked.
Play dead. Play dead for your family. Those kids are better off without you. Your wife needs to move on from you. By the grace of God, I chose sobriety.
He's not sure why that triggered it, but Heron says he has been sober for 17 years. His message to Roundup students and those contemplating substance abuse was clear.
Why the hell would you do that to all these people who love you and do it to yourself for that feeling?
Drawing tears from some in the gym, Heron's message clearly resonated.
I think it hit home for a lot of people at our school. Like there were a couple people that left that needed a minute.
I knew it was going to be a difficult subject for our kids. It was very emotional. I was glancing around and kids who I kind of knew it was going to hit, it hit.
Redemption is often found in the most unexpected places, like a small gym in Roundup, where even today, Heron is still vigilant against addiction's pitfalls.
I've been challenged and faced those moments, but, you know, still sober.
In Roundup, Scott Breen, MTN Sports.
Just ahead, our coverage of the Special Olympics State Games continues in the Flathead area with a unified team at Glacier High School providing opportunities and heartwarming moments on the track. Stay with us.
Download our free app and take MTN Sports with you. Just search Montana Sports in the App Store or Google Play.
Hi. Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
The Special Olympics State Games are weeks away, and MTN is bringing you coverage of the games by showcasing athletes, teams, and the coaches and supporters behind them. MTN's Derek Joseph spoke with Glacier High School's unified track team, which has opened up opportunities for Special Olympics athletes to participate with the high school team and build friendships with their teammates.
Unified Track is a sanctioned Montana High School Association program that allows students with disabilities to participate in the sport. Over the past 2 years, Glacier High School has had one of the largest unified track groups in the state, which has been supported by the coaches and other athletes on the Wolfpack track team.
We have 10 or 12 athletes this year. They're participating, so it's been awesome. And it's just been great that Glacier's always been a Special Olympics school. It's just an awesome opportunity for these kids to go out, experience it.
At Glacier, the team takes unified track a step further by getting other student athletes involved in both coaching and competition. Student coach Olivia Hagemeyer says she has seen firsthand how the athletes have bonded with their fellow peers.
Just seeing them grow friendships with people is fun, because then you just get to see them act just like us and be participating and everything.
And the other student athletes at Glacier work hard to give the unified athletes the best experience on and off the track.
Some of what the kids get out of it is really being with their regular education peers, which is awesome. You know, they're out here with some of the top track stars, our relay teams, and they send us some of their fastest kids to be in our unified relay team, so it's awesome.
For the athletes, building friendship is what's important to them when they compete on the track.
You get to have a good time, hang out with your friends on the track, get to have fun. It's nothing about competition, it's all about fun out here.
It's mostly about being with my peers and my family, cheering me on, and Glacier, and just having fun and not about the winning.
In Kalispell, Derek Joseph, MTN Sports.
MTN's coverage of the Special Olympics State Games will continue through the closing ceremonies on Friday, May 16th, and will culminate in a special program that same night. Tune into the MTN channel at 4:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. on May 16th for Magic Moments Special Olympics Montana 2025. That's our time for this edition of Sports Extra. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week.